Moe's Tavern. Can I get a lead K-bomb? I just did a Moe's impression a second ago. Hey, you probably shouldn't handle food.
So I'm getting a haircut tomorrow, and I'm trimming this because I got the balls on the chin thing going on. Yeah, just had my first YouTuber visit. Todd Book, I think it's pronounced. Sorry if I pronounced it wrong. He came and visited and picked up the electric fan that pulled off of my truck since I had the mechanical now. I don't need it anymore, the electric, so I sold that to him. And also gave him some heater hose for his Bronco since he's putting the Cummins in, while you got it out. Throw some new heater hose in it. So I don't have a whole bunch laying around anymore. Yeah, so that was pretty interesting. It's nice having him over. We'll probably be doing some stuff when he gets it set up. Yeah, I think that would be pretty cool. Get my rig, his rig, diesel, and we get Adam's going, then we'll have 3 Ford vehicles with Cummins engines in them. So I'm going to go over some things. Okay, so right now this is kind of how I have it. I've been doing a little bit of tidying up. I've moved this guy over a little bit so he's out of the defrost fence. So he's kind of tucked right in there. I tucked the wire down and down in there, and so it runs along here, and then it's tied up over here. Now my air line and electrical wiring is a little, this rat's nest here is just, it's just always been like that, but this right here I got a little more tucked up. And I removed my trailer brake controller because I've never used it, never needed it, and I guarantee you I never will. I don't tow anything any more than I would say any more than 6,000 pounds. I don't. That's like 6,000 or 7,000 pounds. I think is the most I've ever towed with this, and I never had a problem with the brakes. Now you notice the brand new master cylinder. Now if you follow my Ford Cummins conversion fan page, basically covers what I'm doing with this truck when I'm not making YouTube videos, and also covers what I'm doing, what me and Adam are doing with this van when we have time to work on it. So when I first bought this truck in 2012, it had the original master cylinder in it, and it was just full of rusty brake fluid, and it wouldn't hold pressure. It would leak internally, and you would be sitting there and the brakes are fine, then it starts creeping forward while you've got your foot on the brake pedal, and it's like, oh my god. So I replaced it, and the one that I replaced it with, it just wasn't sealing right on the lid. That was the first thing, like right around here, it was just always leaking. So made that clamp thing to keep it from leaking, and that worked out great, and it worked. The master cylinder worked fine. It held pressure and whatnot, and I never had a problem with it until now. I've changed the fluid on it a couple of times at least, and so I've had that about 3 years in there in service. Put about, I probably put I think I put about almost 30,000 miles. Yeah, I put almost 30,000 miles on it, and it went. So I got a new one here. I believe this one is brand new, not rebuilt. I went back to AutoZone because that's where I bought the first one. And what I did is I told them that it failed and ended up warrantying it. So I paid like 15 bucks for it. So when I got this one, it was 20. But the guy just basically refunded the price of this one and the core. So I got this for free. And this one is a lot nicer. It's clean. I'm hoping it just stays like this. It probably won't. It'll end up being like that. I'm probably going to end up, I might take this back out. Gee, I would hate to. I'm going to take this whole area off, wipe this down really good with brake cleaner, and I think I'm going to paint this black so that it doesn't freaking rust on me. So anyways, what happened is that I was starting to get a squishy brake pedal. Now I went around to all the wheels, and ooh, what the hell? There's ticks. Checked all my brake hoses and I checked the let's see, the proportioning valves right here. I checked him, he's all good. All my lines are good. I know rusted brake lines. I could pump the brakes up and they would work, but then it would just fill up with air. I pumped it up, took the lid off, and then this chamber here was just filling up with air. It was just cavitating really bad, so swapped it out. I did not put my trailer brake tubing back on, and I took all the fittings out, so I just have the fittings that came on the truck's lines are what's in the master cylinder. And Adam came over, helped me bleed it out, and I had fresh brake fluid in there, so it's clean right from the get-go. And I've already flushed the brake system prior to, before even going to California, when we did that a month ago. And so the whole system has fresh brake fluid, and now this has fresh brake fluid, and it's got a really nice pedal, even for not having assistance. I've got really good brakes. So I got a brand new booster and master cylinder. I was thinking about swapping this out for a Hydro Boost, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm mounting my AC compressor here, and I'm going to be making a mount that will just support one corner off of here, and then one end will go here, and it'll make it out of some thick bar stock. The other thing is I'm going to mount my vacuum pump on the side here where the two struts are going to be, and I'm going to swap the pulley out for an 8 groove pulley, and then I'm going to have a machine shop make me a pulley that's the same size as this guy here, but it'll help align. The pulley will be aligned obviously with everything else here that I'm going to mount on the side, but it's going to have a 3-inch spacer on it just turned onto the part, and it'll push this fan out closer to the radiator, and then when I have a shroud made for this, it'll have a nice nice airflow through that radiator, and that fan will work to its maximum efficiency. Also, it'll be farther away from that lower radiator hose. So that's kind of what I'm looking at right now. But as far as mounting the AC compressor, once it's mounted and supported here, and we got a pulley and everything to drive it all, it's a matter of getting from the junkyard a hose that goes from here, and then that weird block the newer trucks uses that mounts in the back. I'll have to rebend it a little bit, but whatever. And then it'll end up going over to that guy there, the dryer, and then I can take it in, have him charge the system up, and we'll have AC. But as you can see, we got new brake master. I like seeing that clean. I got rid of the piping that was coming out of here and the extra wires. So that's cool. I'm trying to clean that up, and I'm trying to get this kind of look a little bare, you know. I got all these wires here. I need to just move it around, clean it up a little bit more. I need to seal the outside of this guy here. I'm going to do that, and I'm going to do the inside of the heater core. And Todd suggested of putting a valve in here to keep, when I have the AC on, keep the coolant from flowing through into the heater core. So I might do something like that, I'm not sure. But that's kind of the update on the truck so far. And it's something I probably didn't mention, but when this guy was sitting, we've had a lot of traffic come in and out over to this house here, a lot of bad people. Got this thing running, was driving around, went over to my cousin's place and parked it, and started smelling diesel. Thought it was my pump. I just put the injection pump in, it wasn't that. Someone stole my gas caps, so I'm borrowing the one from Adam's van. So I gotta go get new gas caps. They stole the one for this too, so I'm using a sock to keep dirt and water from getting down there. I have my center unit back there to pick up from the very, very, very bottom of the tank, and that debris there was just from residual in here when I unhooked everything, so it hasn't picked anything up. I don't think they put anything on my tanks. I think they were probably trying to siphon out gas. And they're like, this is diesel, and like, fuckers. So, but anyways, the new thermostat in here has been working great. This thing, I let it sit over there idle for 5 minutes, and once I get out of my neighborhood, I actually have a little bit of a heater going on. In fact, the other day, just sitting over there, or just idling, my heater started working almost right away. So this thing heats up a lot quicker, which is good for the engine now that it's running at a proper temp. And this fan here is working good too. It's got a fairly new clutch on it. I've seen it when this radiator's cold, this thing will just be barely spinning. Like, I'll stop it with my hand, which is dangerous, but you know, whatever, I can do it. But however, if it's hot, it actually comes on like it should be. And it is windy like crazy. I was actually just looking at, I think the transmission needs to go one more slot over. I think if it did that, that's when my V8 stand would get in the way, but I don't really care. But anyways, this guy here was 20 bucks. Core on it, I think, was $47. Or no, not 40, it was like 25 bucks. Or $27. I warrantied it, like I just mentioned, and I got it for free. But I just simplified everything, and I've got really good brakes for manual brakes. They work really well. Yeah, so I think I'll have AC soon. I can't wait to get it working. I just gotta have a machine shop turn a pulley for me. I'm hoping that doesn't cost $1 billion. I'm looking to not buy that bracket that they sell for $500, because then I have to buy or pay a shop to make me custom hoses to make it all work, and I don't want to pay that too, and I don't have to find a shop to make hoses. I just want to kind of make the factory stuff work. That's what I'm working on soon. Get the AC working. I'll do a quick reseal on the HVAC. It looks like I might be getting a new job soon. Don't know yet until I have the interview, but once I do, that'll be more money for me. So, not to sound selfish or anything, but that means I'll be able to get the 4-speed out of this thing and get a proper 5-speed, which at least for a truck would be a ZF5 and Ford standards. So yeah. Anyways, look at that. It's a lot cleaner. I have no more barnacles hanging off. No more wires hanging down. They're all tucked away. Now we just got to put some LEDs there, LEDs there, and then I know I spent the money on this, on these and the HIDs, but I'm gonna buy those LED lights that you can put in here. They replace these lenses just like these replace the factory bulbs, so I'm gonna put LEDs in there, and I'm gonna do something about that. So yeah. But this weekend I'm going to put the canopy back on, and I think I have a mattress I'm going to put back here, and that's where I'm going to take my naps.